I've always have a fear when somebody walks in my room. You want everything to go smoothly, you want everything to go well.
There was a time when teachers would receive supervisors visiting their classrooms, and the perception was they're looking at anything or everything. The value of the framework-based observations is that we have a very clear standard.
The framework does alleviate some of those fears because you know exactly what they're looking for. Working with this framework has definitely impacted my teaching because it's made me a better teacher.
Somebody just give me a brief review of what we did yesterday.
Today, more than ever, we understand how much good teaching matters. Research has shown that of all the factors within the school that have an impact on student learning, the single most important one is the quality of the teaching they encounter every day. The Framework for Teaching is a widely used research-based and validated instrument that helps schools and districts evaluate and improve the quality of their teaching. The idea for the Framework for Teaching was sparked by earlier research and the classroom experiences and perspectives of a former teacher.
When I was first teaching, I was introducing a new science unit with some fifth graders, and it was on buoyancy and density. The students had a tub of water and a lump of clay. They put them in the water, and of course they sank immediately. Their challenge was to make them float, which they discovered they could do if they made them into a boat shape. So it didn't take them long, though, to ask, can I make a good boat? And they defined good as one that would hold a lot of cargo in the form of paper clips. And so they got good. They were building boats with paper-thin walls, very high. In the middle of this lesson, who should come to the door but the principal to do an observation? Now, obviously it was unannounced. Well, he took one look at this scene and he pulled me aside and he said, I'll come back when you're teaching. And I was, of course, crushed. I was probably a second-year teacher. But the reason I'm telling you this story is that we clearly didn't agree on what was good teaching. All I knew from that comment was that whatever he thought it wasn't this. And really the important point of the story is that I never knew. There was no system in that school or that school district to ever find out.
I know that we all feel somewhat comfortable with graphing, but today we're going to go a little more in depth and we're going to see how it all kind of ties together.
The question when an observer walks in the classroom is not, is this how I would do it? The question has to be, is this working? We might agree whether it represented good teaching or not. We might not agree, but we wouldn't even know whether we agreed or not unless we had a coherent set of criteria or teaching standards to assess it against. That's what my Framework for Teaching has supplied.
For the supervisors, it clarifies exactly what they should be looking for. For the teachers, it's been received very well because we're all now increasingly on the same page in terms of the expectations for teaching and learning.
It's about the quality of the teaching and, most importantly, how that teaching is reflected in student learning.
Because of that common language and that common understanding of what good teaching and effective teaching practice looks like, it's ultimately going to bring teams of teachers together and build on our understanding of practice and only strengthen the work that we're doing as a school.
Teaching is so hard that it's never perfect. Teachers make hundreds of decisions a day. Because it's never perfect, it could always be improved. No matter how good a lesson is, it could always be that much better. And so therefore, any system that supports teachers and supports teaching has to walk this dual line of evaluating teacher performance, assessing it, but also supporting it so it can improve.